Nashville, everyone says it, but is the city when you go to a restaurant and the wait staff is probably all better musicians than you. But
Yes.
it's a daunting city to kind of make your way in as an engineer, producer, or musician. But good vibe, good people. I still have an apartment there in Adrian's studio, but I haven't been back there in years.
Right, right. Well, great. What is hmm, what would you say was what do you take with you from that time? I mean, probably a whole lot, but if you had to sort of narrow it down and communicate what you learned by coming into the studio with someone like Adrian Belew and growing up,
Yeah,
maturing in that scene, what was sort of
yeah, man.
the defining characteristic of that?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was already kind of experimenting with music, and I thought I was at least right with MIDI guitar and with some sound design and complex MIDI setups for Ableton and all this kind of stuff. But I think for anyone, right? If you can, the goal is to get around people who are doing stuff at a level above what you are, right? So you can learn. And Adrian
Hmm.
was like 30 levels above me, so to really be, regardless of what he makes, some very traditional pop music and some very very outside the box stuff, right? And I think to
Hmm.
be with somebody who is so varied in his love for the Beatles and then his love of just wacky sound design and everything in between, and to see the creative output of somebody like that who's an art, visual artist and a musician and all this different stuff was yeah, it's it felt really natural as a way to kind of fit into that world, but ultimately I was just kind of constantly learning, and vice versa. Like he would tell you that as far as like all the various pieces of technology that I was able to bring to the table software wise, because he comes from a world of 30 years of hardware devices, right? And I
Hmm.
got to learn about things I didn't even know existed, and things that David
Yeah.
Bowie had given him and Trent Reznor had given him, and all this custom stuff, man, that was amazing. So like he kind of had the hardware thing on lock, right? And I didn't. And then I had the software thing down. And we kind of merged the two worlds. So it was, I
Yeah.
think I both would say we got a lot out of it, but definitely much for me and through him. I mean, that's how I got to work with Trent Reznor. That's how I got to work with people that I also idolized and always wanted to kind of get to hang around and pick their brains and stuff. So it was, yeah, if I had to point to one person that I've met in my life that's responsible for where I'm at now, it would be him. If that meeting had not happened, I don't know what I would be doing. Engineering in Nashville, doing something, but not what I'm doing now.
Thank you for watching and listening. You can find more episodes wherever you listen to your podcasts. And a special thanks to those who support us on Patreon. It's your support that enables us to do this work.